Hello, my name is Michael Brabant, and I want to warmly welcome you to the Radical Embodiment Retreat that I'll be teaching in Austin, Texas, November 7th through 9th, 2014. For the last 7 years, I've had this intuition that there's something more possible through a human life. There's more love, there's more totality that we can embody than what our current structures of spiritual awakening and psychological healing has shown us. The examples of the greatest sages in the world have still not given us a glimpse of how each one of us can wake up and shine just from taking what we experience and what we are and beginning to bring our higher consciousness into our lower centers, our power center, our sexual center, our hearts, our minds, everything. No more walls, no more compartmentalization, but the recognition that waking up beyond our identity is just as important as waking down into our individuality and tapping our shadows and our blocks for the gold that's underneath that raw material that they are. And kind of fusing, so to speak, or seeing the relationship between our higher self and our wounded self. That there's actually an opening to our lower, less developed areas, traumatized areas. We begin to unleash a flow from our higher centers when we're taking that context, to begin to both download our fullest potentials and then tap our innate wisdom from our own life and the ancestors that we stand on the shoulders of. And then from that connection, begin to have the capacity to communicate and to translate into the world who we are and begin to give the gifts that we were meant to give, and to begin to fulfill our destiny of why we were born, because life needs you. Life would not birth you if you were not essential to the entire unfolding puzzle. And we live in a magnificent time and a challenging time. And we need to be warriors of love, and warriors that have soft strength and clear minds and open hearts, to be able to address the challenges and be the pillars of grounding and inspiration for all other people that are just now being forced to wake up and find new ways to do things because the old ways don't work. So you can get more details of what radical embodiment is in terms of its component parts and the way that I orient towards teaching through the Prezi that's either in this description linked or somewhere on this event page. And I would just invite you to feel right now. Feel where I'm coming from. Feel if there's a resonance in your body, in your soul that says there's something here. And if you feel that resonance, I invite you to come and really feel what we can create together, what wants to emerge in this crucible of a micro community over the course of 3 days, where we drop the ideas of who we think we need to be and simply show up as we are, transparently, honestly, powerfully, not with ego, but just with the opportunity that we're given to show up in our fullness without having to kind of gauge if we're going to ruffle somebody's feathers, but really feel into what's possible and attune to the environment and play with the edges of the possible so that we can come back into our life and feel a fundamental shift in our identity and an increase in a confidence to be that person in our depths, in our essence that we know we can be. So if you're meant to come, I welcome you. And if you're not, I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And I hope that all of us that come in November can really begin to understand why we're here and engage our own radical embodiment in service of the radical embodiment of all of humanity.